One of the improvements in TurboCAD version 21, it's all versions, is the introduction of an arrow tool. It's a tool that people have often asked me about. You know, you want to draw a line and stick an arrow on the end. Up to 21, I've always advised people to draw an arrow head using the polyline tool. Stick it in your library, your symbols library, and then you can just pull it out and copy it, manipulate it, and put it on the end of lines what you need. A little tedious anyway, so there's no need for that anymore. So this is here you're looking at 21 Pro Platinum. The arrow tool is under Drawer. Click onto Drawer. Here it is, 2/3, 3/4 of the way down. You've got the option to an arrow line, arrow on the end of an arc, on the end of a polyline, or a curve. So if we just choose line first, we choose line, and then if we draw, we see there's no arrow on the end of it. Well, there is, but it's actually the default is so small you can't see it. So once you've picked up the tool, the first thing to do is to right click, go to Properties. Here it says Arrow Entity, click on that. Now you can see the default size of the arrow is 0.25 of millimeters, hence we can't see it. Because of the size I'm working here, I reckon if I make it about 12 we'll be able to see it easily enough. That's all you need to do. So it's defaulted to an arrow head. You've obviously got all these other choices, but if we just leave this for the first example, then I say OK, and then when I draw my lines, my arrow's on the end. Simple as that. The others are all the same. Arrow arc. There you go. The arrow moves about, changes where you want it to go. Might as well show them all to you. The arrow polyline. Obviously the arrow waits until you get to the end. You right click, you say finish, and the arrow's on the end here. And exactly the same with the curve. Any old curve, right click, finish, arrows at the end. Now, having said that, we've got a further option so that if let's get rid of this, so I do Control A, features everything, hit delete. Let's go back to simple arrows. So I go back to my arrow, my straight line. What I also have got in properties is the ability to put a tail on it. So one of these other bits, whatever you call them, on the ends as well. And you could, obviously I suppose if you were saying something's got to go from one place to another, you might put an arrow on each end. But also you could have used this thing here, this one with the circle on the end, which is some sort of an engineer's symbol, not quite sure what it's for, but we can have that on the end as well. And then if I go OK, then I've got this circle. And interestingly, we can put something in this circle. So I could actually put a letter. So if I go up to the top here, right click, all my tools open up. I want text. There it is. There's text. Click on the text. There's text appeared out there. Close that box. Choose text. Now I can so I've just clicked anywhere here. So if I say no, I could create the text there. Finish. And I could select it, and I could put it in there like that. So there's another option there, and obviously you can now group all those so that when you move the arrow you move the word as well. I've done it off the side and put it in, but you can draw it directly in there. That's about it really. It's as simple as that. It's a nice little extra tool that people often ask me about, and now it's here. One last thing you should know is that in the professional we have the line, arc, polyline and curve, but in deluxe you simply have the arrow line. You do not have the arc, the polyline and the curve options, which is another reason why I often say to people you're better off buying a 2-year-old professional platinum package than you are a deluxe package, I think, even though the deluxe might be the latest one. The professional versions have got so much extra in them than the deluxe versions. It's worth paying that little bit more, but you know, as I say, if you stay 2 or 3 years behind, it won't cost you very much more anyway. And that is about it. It's as simple as that.